dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, let's get original. Quit slouching, girl. Your mama always told you about slouching. A lady never slouch. It's your boy DJ New Kid, your girl.
It's here, Nicole.
We're back on the channel with another.
Kid and C original.
Another. You gotta see his teeth. You want to know?
Okay. All right, baby.
Well, welcome back to the channel, man.
Oh,
We got another top 10 for y'all today. Yo, the reason why I said, because we were just talking about this, and it popped up, and I said, ooh, good video.
Oh, to do.
Because we was talking about the shit people be doing. It's top 10 crossbreeding experiments from hell. I know motherfuckers be in the lab trying to create shit. And that's the reason why we all...
And be effing up.
That's the reason why the world was shut down in 2020. Y'all in them labs trying to create shit, and y'all don't know what the fuck y'all creating. You know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all... What makes you wake up in one day and be like, bruh, remember that the other day, what we see that was crossbred? It was like a fish. It was a fish that had claws.
Oh, that.
And it had crab claws. And we was like, how the fuck you got a fish swimming? And it was real, though.
Yeah.
It was a fish with claws. We was like, what the? Let's just... Make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, like it in with a thumbs up. I just want to get into this because I got to see what these top 10 experiments are. Because after we saw that, and then what we just saw the other day, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of questions. What y'all in the labs really doing?
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Here are the top 10 crossbreeding experiments from hell. Some scary results coming up hot. Number 10, the chimpanzee human, also referred to as humanzees, which is fun to say. Look, here are the facts, people. We're very close to chimpanzees, DNA-wise. Around 98% of our DNA is shared with these hairy fellows. Back in the 1920s, we got closer than ever. A humanzee was not just a fantasy. Soviet biologist Ilya Ivanov inseminated female chimps with human DNA, but it didn't work. Or did it? Things got questionable when a chimp named Oliver hit the scene in the 70s. Yeah, he was walking like a human, which we've never really seen before. He was referred to as the missing link because of his appearance and the way you would act. He was previously a performance animal. He was a show chimp, so not a hybrid, but many viewed these experiments as immoral back in the day. Which is, yeah, I agree. Also, I remember seeing chimps in family movies, I'm pretty sure. Remember those movies growing up where chimpanzees were like snowboarding or playing hockey? Most Extreme Primate, that was it. That's where we're at, chimpanzees doing barrel rolls and hockey stops. My friends, we're already there. I think we're already at the Planet of the Apes terrifying point. We're screwed if one of these experiments works, that's all I'm saying. Number 9, human cow eggs. Okay, we had a...
What he just said was facts, though. Human cow egg. What the fuck? What is going the fuck on, bro?
They've been doing a lot, and they've been doing a lot.
But he's right, though. If we ever get to the point, because y'all like to experiment with shit, if these chimps start walking around, start talking, oh, it's time to go. Because they're way more stronger than humans.
They already super smart.
Bro, they gonna beat us. You better go put Mike Tyson on the front line, bro. Them motherfuckers go. And I'll be like, God damn, don't come this way. I ain't got no problems with y'all, man. Damn.
Giggles talking about chimps time to get into the real scary science. Back in 2008, hybrid research was being done. Human-animal hybrid research, obviously. The whole idea was to find a cure for Parkinson's disease. I like these projects because we're moving forward, at least. We're not just doing it because we're like, let's see if we can bring dinosaurs back. We're trying to find a solution. Otherwise, we don't need to be poking around cows. Nobody needs 3 bowls of cereal before gym class, okay? There's other ways to wake up in the morning. Let's just leave cows alone for like a bit, maybe? Scientists used the nucleus of a cow egg. They took it out and replaced that nucleus with the human and skin cells. And then in a little time, the egg can develop and turn into a blastocyst, aka a cloned embryo. And there we have stem cells for said science. Again, this is a lovely step, but how far do we go here with DNA mixing? How much DNA are we gonna mix before we're like, stop? Things could go south. For example, just like the number 8. Kanga. Perhaps the earliest example of human-animal hybrid testing. Scientists recently learned about this donkey hybrid that roamed ancient Mesopotamia. This was a time even before horses arrived, so they had to do something. Large Kangas would pull wagons, and smaller ones would help pulling plows and smaller loads. These little guys were the talk of the town. Imagine a hybrid animal before horses. No wonder they were a status symbol back then. 4,000 years ago, they were given as gifts for weddings. Nice, yummy. Oh, I wonder what this one is. It's definitely a Kanga. It's gotta be a Kanga. After so long, scientists are finally able to figure out what exactly a Kanga was a hybrid of. It was a female donkey and a male Syrian wild ass. Yeah, it's crazy what you can still learn from ancient animal bones from thousands of years ago. Science is incredible. It's more amazing how involved this hybrid was in Mesopotamian culture. Do we bring back the Kanga? I don't know. Kinda seems like we could use them. Number 7, woolly mammoth.
That's crazy. The fact that y'all had a jacket that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see them now, we just be like, oh, look at the little jag over there. They a little horny bastards. Them joints,
especially the ones
majority of the time when we be seeing donkeys, they over here trying to hunch. And I'm just like,
every time
y'all some little horny mother. Yeah, that's why they be doing it.
It was announced less than a year ago that a team of scientists and entrepreneurs over at a new biosciences and genetics company called Colossal, they got the funding finally for quite this project. They're planning to bring the woolly mammoth back to life. Yeah.
Why?
Instead of just paying off student loans, they're like, how about we bring a mammoth back? Let's just see if we can do that. That'll solve some problems. The last mammoth alive was around 7,500 years ago. But what if we had these hairy Goliaths back again today? The Siberian tundra thousands of years ago was once full of these guys, but climate change began to slow them down. Also, humans needing food definitely didn't help. These guys provided warmth and, well, obviously look at them. Lots of food, so they died off quite quick. Genetics company Colossal raised over $15 million to try and bring this thing back to life. And they're on the way. They're doing it right now. That's happening as we speak. A mammoth is being born. They're using the CRISPR gene editing tool, which is a fun tool, I guess. Elephants are still kicking around and their genomes, combined with the preserved mammoth DNA, is the magic trick. So if you see mammoths trending on Twitter in 4 to 6 years, well, you know why. There's not another Ice Age movie. It's definitely just a real mammoth. Number 6, Pyrenean Ibex. The Pyrenean Ibex also went extinct a long time ago. This was much sooner though than mammoths. This was around 2000. The last one was a female named Celia, and a falling tree sadly ended her life. Of all the ways to go, really? Come on, man, that's sad. It was a subspecies of the Spanish Ibex. They were native to the Pyrenees Mountains on the border of Spain and France. Back in the medieval ages, their population was reduced drastically to an endangered level because of, you know, knights and swords and bows equals lunch, right? So the numbers dipped. More than fair, there's armies to feed. But in 2009, science was ready for the Pyrenean Ibex to return. It was successfully cloned and brought back from extinction for 7 whole minutes. Yeah, what? 7 minutes in heaven, or 7 minutes out of heaven, rather. DNA from the last living lady was implanted in the womb of a domestic goat. Yeah, a little goat hybrid. Lung complications are why the clone sadly didn't last, but we had a hybrid medieval animal for 7 minutes. We're getting close. Number 5, the super cow.
The fuck? How you?
7 whole minutes.
That's a lot though, to be real. For something that's extinct, that doesn't exist, y'all was able to bring it back for 7 minutes.
And it's like why?
I thought motherfuckers are bored. And have you ever just seen like a nerd just sit there? Their mind just keeps going, because they don't know how to slow it.
Yeah.
Like, you just be like, chill, bro, smoke you one. Calm your nerves, bro. Mellow you out. That's all y'all need. Y'all don't need the cocaine to keep you wired. Y'all need y'all need a downer, bro. Smoke the weed, bro. Just high life. Chill. Don't pop the Zans and don't snort the like you don't need that. It's just gonna make it even go even more.
Let's keep going.
No, you need an upper, bro.
No.
Moo, but with a lot of O's. Introducing the super cow. Okay, start your day off with some super milk, and then have a super stomach ache.
Oh, hell!
Your super pants. My God, I can't do milk anymore. Only in Belgium. Back in the 1800s, scientists and farmers brought together native cattle and short horn cattle to make this hybrid animal. After that, they would literally just pick the biggest cows of the bunch and then have them breed together, and then so on and so forth. These cows are officially called Belgian Blues, but I will continue to call them super cows. Thank you very much. That sounds amazing. I can't even look at them. God, they're disturbing. They look like bodybuilders. Just, it makes no sense. What? Where does that come from? Let's move on. Number 4. Tasmanian Tiger. Once native to Australia, the Tasmanian Tiger, also known as the thylacine, was a massive carnivorous marsupial that went extinct around the 1930s, also quite recently. Major factors here are, as you guessed what I said earlier, climate change, hunting, and its genetic diversity wasn't all too great. All those combined, it's just no chance. It's sad on one hand because these beautiful creatures disappeared so recently, but it's also recent enough that we have a shot at bringing them back to life. Hey, what's up? Hey, you've been asleep. Hi. Hybrid science. There we go. Let's get mixing. Yeah, imagine looking outside and seeing this thing on your front yard. Are we ready for this? I think we're ready. Let's jazz up some trails by introducing these guys. Specimens of the Tasmanian tiger still remain preserved in jars. No idea who has them or why, but we'll move on from that. Thank God for those jars. So we have Tasmanian tiger genes present, so scientists can now insert them into a mouse fetus. They just combine fetus of a mouse and DNA. I do this a lot. This is how I'm gonna explain this to my kids and be like, hey, this is how the human life cycle works. You just do this with your hands a lot, and then you're alive. They're still lacking the full DNA to successfully recreate it, but they're close. A recent $5 million donation to the University of Melbourne earlier this year allowed for researchers to create a research lab. So, yep, they're actually getting very close. They're like making the lab to make this thing. I'm like, ooh, they're gonna do it. Number 3, the Great Razor.
I just don't understand.
It's already looked like it's been crossbred previously before.
Right.
Then y'all finna put it in a mouse. That's still not the same species, bro. So now you finna triple cross.
And why is it so important to
If they died off, they died off, bro. Let them. I guess they trying to experiment. I guess if the human race die off, can it be brought back?
I don't know what they're trying to do.
But how can a human race be brought back if no other race is or species is doing?
My head hurt.
Why the fuck we even doing all this though? And then y'all just got $5 million here. Go experiment.
15.
Yeah, I'm just saying that was 5, but the other one was 15. That's $20 million. Y'all could have paid off a lot of tuition.
Look, that's all folks worried about. But y'all could do something else other than that, regardless.
Other than waste money on.
To them, it's not a waste, but I mean, what else?
Yes, once thriving in colonies off North Atlantic coasts, the great auk would grow up to 30 inches long and its wings would only be used to swim. They were cute, but quite defenseless, these little guys. Around the 1500s, European fishermen discovered this perfect area for hunting and or eating, and it just happened to be where most of these great auks were hanging out. So they disappeared fast. By 1950, the last 2 known specimens were hunted by a single fisherman on Eldey Island, just off the coast of Iceland. And that was it. They were gone. Until now. Nice. Scientists plan on using genetic information extracted from their fossils or preserved organs. Remember those guys in jars and the organs that I talked about? Yep. Classic organs in jars. Always coming in handy. They plan on editing their DNA into the closest living species, which is now the razor-billed auk. So now we get a nice fun hybrid again. The organization Revive and Restore is behind the wheel on this one, so keep it up. Keep bringing things back from extinction. Just not humans. I don't want zombies, please. Number 2, lions. Back in the 80s in the Chatbir Zoo in India, they started an experimental program where they would breed together domestic lions and African lions in the hopes that they would just be introduced to the wild and help with the dwindling population of wild lions in India. On paper, that's a great idea. That's a step forward. We love those. But the zoo found 2 African lions that were being used in a circus and was like, you know what? We're gonna save you guys. Get out of the circus. Then they brought them in to breed with their 2 Asiatic lions. So, I mean, from circus to science, it's like, you're still sorry. When the cubs were born, it was clear this was already a mistake from the get-go. The cubs already had severely weak back legs, they were having trouble walking as they got older, their immune system started to fail, and by 2000 they had bred more than 70 of these hybrid lions. So they finally decided to stop the program and all the males were given vasectomies in order to stop any further reproduction. There are luckily laws that prohibited them from killing these animals, so at this point we're just waiting for them to die naturally, which sucks, but it's definitely better. And finally, number 1, the dodo bird. Dodo birds were once big and beautiful. These flightless ground nesting birds once filled the islands of Mauritius located in the Indian Ocean. They were awesome. We've seen them in Ice Age. They're all funny and big and furry. They had massive talons. They were gray and blue. They were gorgeous, and best part of all, they didn't have any natural predator until, you know, us. Until we came around. Around 1507, the island was discovered by Portuguese sailors, and, well, the rest is history or lunch. They were the easiest bird to hunt, hence the phrase dead as a dodo. They weren't just loved by sailors either. They were not 100% to blame here. Monkeys, rats, pigs, any animal basically that made its way to the island easily had their eggs for lunch, so it didn't take long for the dodo bird population to be completely wiped out. The last dodo was hunted in 1681, but could it be? Could we bring back said dodo birds? Scientists found an extremely well-preserved dodo skeleton back in 2007, so we may have a chance at picking some DNA apart there and bringing them back to life via hybrid science. A research facility near Melbourne, Australia is currently trying to use pigeon genes to bring the bird back. I mean, yeah, I'm all for the idea of bringing an animal back to life. Scientifically, that's definitely a feat in itself, but how long before these things are on hot ones, you know? Like dodo chicken wings? Now that I've said it, you kind of want one, right? Now you feel bad. There we go. Hit that thumbs up so we don't feel guilty in the future. Those are the top 10 crossbreeding experiments from hell.
My whole thing is y'all trying to bring all these creatures and animals back not knowing their level of threat to human society. So say for instance like the woolly mammoth, it's been gone. So if y'all bring that thing back, like y'all don't know the potential harm.
Especially the way that you're going about and doing it. You don't know what the outcome will be.
Facts.
Like there could be just a little something a little off, like something a little you know.
You don't know if them are ready to attack. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many creatures. Like even the one with the mouth opens up. Like why the hell? The reason why his mouth was like that for protection. So and it looks like big as an average dog. Yeah. So you never know, like, motherfuckers start buying them, having them random, because if they buy tigers, lion, tigers, and bears, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else they can buy, you know? Yeah. Like, we already got a fox and coyote, wild coyotes and wild fox problem with pets. You put your pet out there, that mother come around, it's dead. You see how big that mouth is?
I see.
Y'all just chill, bro. Hell, again, smoke some weed, bro. I don't even smoke weed, but smoke some weed, calm down, chill, relax. Dumb yourself down, bro. Like, you're doing too much. Mellow out.
Huh?
Man, with that being said, y'all spammers up. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ Nikki. This is. We are.
Go and get it. Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes.